So welcome back, guys, to We Talk Boxing. I have been away, and in terms of myself, doing the pre-fight video for the big fight over the weekend, I wasn't able to do it. I was poorly under the weather, but I'm here now, back, ready. So hopefully I could give you guys my thoughts in regards to the post-fight review for Oleksandr Usyk and Tyson Fury. So in the end, it was a phenomenal rematch for both fighters. An excellent display from both guys. Both guys made the adjustments that were required before the fight. But the fight didn't kind of plan out how I kind of thought it was going to plan out, to be honest. But I was still happy in the end with the result. And the reason why I say that is because Oleksandr Usyk, for me, fully deserves everything that he's got coming to him, really, because from what he's achieved at cruiserweight and now heavyweight, especially when you look at his resume of his last 5 fights for AJ twice, Daniel Dubois and Tyson Fury twice, and that's in his last 5 fights. I mean, most people would dream of having those 5 fights to be their last fights if it is to be. So yeah, he's a phenomenal fighter, a phenomenal person from what I can see from the outside. And hopefully, if he does choose to continue, hopefully he could be successful. If he doesn't and he chooses to hang up his gloves and retire, then he chooses to do that as well. He fully controls what he deserves, that he wants to do, basically. Anyway, that's me waffling. But yeah, the fight was an excellent fight. Round one. In fact, before I go through how I saw the actual each round, etc., I'll tell you what my actual thoughts were of the actual fight in terms of who I thought won it. We all know that Oleksandr Usyk won it on points in the end, a majority decision victory. But it was the scorecards which most people at the time felt was very obscure, because some people had it a lot closer. Some people had Tyson winning it. Some people had Usyk winning it. It was one of them fights. But for me, I had it a draw. I did score each round. So if you go onto my Twitter page, I scored each round, each round to each fighter, and I came up with it being, I think it was a 4-4 with a couple of 10-10 rounds. And obviously most boxing judges don't really like to score 10-10 rounds, but so realistically those rounds could go either side. It could go to Tyson, it could go to Usyk. So yeah, it's very difficult, but for me, I just scored it a draw. But potentially those 10-10 rounds that I scored a draw, obviously the referees at the time obviously gave them towards Usyk as well. But yeah, I thought it was a very, very competitive fight. Again, round one I had Usyk winning that, not by much, but just by, being the busier fighter, being a little bit more aggressive, holding the centre of the ring. I just felt as if he wanted it more in the first round. Felt as if Tyson had the second round. Again, very close round to score, but I just felt as if Tyson had that. I gave the third to Tyson, and then I gave the fourth to Usyk. No, sorry, a 10-10 round. And then the fifth was a Fury round. So, again, after the first 5 rounds, I've already straight away given Fury 3 of those, and Usyk 1 with a 10-10. Round 6 I gave to Usyk. Round 7 I gave to Usyk. Round 8 was Usyk. Round 9 was Usyk. 10 was Fury. 11 was Usyk. And then 12 was a 10-10 round. So that's how I scored it. Obviously, I could go into further detail, breaking down reasoning why I gave each these boxes the rounds. And again, if you want me to do that, I could do that in a different video. I'm not going to do it in this video because I want to try and keep it short. I want to try and hopefully get some views. But yeah, very brilliant fight. I was happy with the verdict either way, to be honest, because as I said, I scored it a draw. So if Tyson would have had it, Tyson would have got it, so I would have been happy. But obviously Usyk got it, so I'm even happier. But I think Tyson's in a lot of denial. I think when he watches that back, he will realise that it was a close fight, but he probably didn't do enough in the end. For me, the busier and better fighter was Oleksandr Usyk, because even from round one, he was pressuring his man. He was bringing the fight to him. Whereas that's what Tyson said he was going to do, but he didn't do it. But obviously, Usyk did. And Usyk was catching him with the better combinations and probably the bigger shots at times. And he was holding that centre of the ring, which is amazing because he's a smaller fighter. And all these things is what Tyson said he was going to do, but he just didn't do it. So yeah, that's the reason why I wanted Usyk to win it in the end. Because he's not one of these that shies away and says, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and then they don't do it. But yeah, brilliant fight. Let's see what happens going on next for Oleksandr Usyk. There's the Dubois rematch. There's maybe even dropping down to cruiserweight. We don't know what he chooses to do. In terms of Tyson, big decision to make. Should he retire? Should he try and chase the AJ fight? Interesting. You guys can let me know your thoughts in regards to the fight on the weekend. What was you happy with the scoring? I mean, did you feel as if Tyson should have had it? Do you feel as if Usyk should have had it? How did you score it live? And what's your thoughts now that, we know that Usyk is the main man in the division? As always, guys, please subscribe and comment. Bless.